Just a tick under 70,000 packed in here at Nissan Stadium. Not a seat to be had as playoff football and certainly playoff fever have descended upon the Music City of Nashville, Tennessee. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Denver Broncos and the Tennessee Titans. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin. At the 25. Time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Locke going to try and throw on third down. He'll find Lindsey here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
They want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Second and 12.
Here's Locke to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but now it'll be third down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Just a tick under 70,000 packed in here at Nissan Stadium. Not a seat to be had as playoff football and certainly playoff fever have descended upon the Music City of Nashville, Tennessee. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Denver Broncos and the Tennessee Titans. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead.
Henry's got it out on the left side. And Henry's hit. He lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And he fires one incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, but it's going to be second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Tannehill now to throw. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Derrick Henry. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Robert Foster there to make the grab. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee.
Makes the score Titans 7, Broncos 0.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. From the gun, it's Locke. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos.
Back deep, Khalif Raymond. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. Penalty stings big time there, wipes away a very good return.
And they work on it so hard because the goal is give yourself some space for your offense to really work, try and gain an additional 1st down outside the 20 or 25-yard line. Instead, this one's going to come back.
Now it's Henry. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action, it's Tannehill. Open man here is Foster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
He's brought down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tannehill. Smith catches left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8-ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try to get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And this one through the uprights and good.
Makes the score Titans 14. Broncos nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Broncos nothing.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Rock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Able to fight through one tackle. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Locke. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man of Warren Jackson. He'll get this back to the 32-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Henry. Given 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll run with Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
On 4th down, here's Stephen Gostkowski for the Tennessee field goal.
This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ballgame as they come up 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check back 27. Check back 27. Watch the screen. 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 Mark. That's right, man.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. On 1st down, Henry. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd down, Henry. first down before he's tackled at the 5. Give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Gostkowski for the point after. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score 21. Broncos 0.
Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds into halves.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jeffrey Simmons forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
A final shot before half for Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So we're in halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
Come on, fellas.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Off of play action, he'll look to throw. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. Set.
Shotgun snap to Locke. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Faking the give to Lindsay. Here's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 3. On the counter, Lindsay.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Clock now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one in second down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Clock now on first down. Able to get this to Gordon. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Throwing again on second down. Locke. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Off play action, Tannehill. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
At the 49-yard line.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First and 10.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And the busy night for Henry continues. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10. at the Broncos' 40-yard line.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And right side, Henry's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards to pick up there.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And it's caught. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill, and the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Titans 28, Broncos nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Again, he targets Jeudy, and this time the catch made. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Block on the give, it's Lindsey. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
53's the mark.
Here comes Hamler on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And it's 3rd down.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 33. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Titans 35, Broncos nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. In his end zone, here's Locke. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And he's able to get it out of there. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be Titan football.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, They're not as worried and concerned about getting him out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And they will take a knee here. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 deep.